The Honorable Martin DeWitt, Chairman and members of the Hawkins County Board of Commission in regular session at the 24th day of March 2025. Resolution reference approval to allocate 2023 state opioid abatement funds to an opioid response program directed through Hawkins County Emergency Medical Services. Whereas Hawkins County received $289,507 in revenue to be spent on direct opioid abatement services and programs, and whereas remaining funds are required to be allocated by the end of March 2025. And whereas Hawkins County continues to seek continuous emergencies related to opioid use, and whereas a sustainable and minimal cost response program would allow for long-term benefits to our community through preparation and education in reference to opioid-related emergencies. Therefore, be it resolved, approval be given to convey the $289,570 of the 2023 state opioid abatement funds to the Hawkins County Emergency Medical Services Opioid Response Program. Therefore, be it further resolved, approval be given for the following budget amendments to the general fund. You see the budget amendment below. Mr. Chairman, I so move.
A motion from Commissioner Roach, second Commissioner Clontz. Any questions, comments? Commissioner Gillum.
Yeah, so I mentioned in Budget Committee concerns about having to purchase 2 vehicles for this program. I'm still concerned about that, but I spoke to someone else since the Budget Committee, since we were there, who attended the East Tennessee Opioid Conference this year. So Dr. Stephen Lloyd, who is on the Tennessee Opioid Abatement Council, according to this person I spoke with who attended this conference. So they're saying the biggest problems in the field are lack of sober living facilities and resources for addicted persons, such as housing, jobs, and a laundry list of other needs that folks in recovery need. And that lots of times they end up reincarcerated because of lack of resources. So my question is twofold. Jason or Wayne, either one of you guys, how would this program those comments coming from the Opioid Abatement Council, do you have any comments on how this directly is going to help addicted people combat some of these, what the opioid abatement folks are saying are the main issues?
So, we did actually speak to some state people as well. You can tell me or tell you those names. I can't remember those names. But we spoke with them too, and they said that this program would be one that they've personally never heard of, and thought that it would actually benefit the citizens of Hawkins County very well. Our program is to, in hopes, get them the help before they become incarcerated, or to the extent of really needing medical attention or death, just to be honest. So that's what our program is about, is in hopes to get them lined up with that help prior to them becoming a nuisance to law or incarcerated or within the court system or something to that end. Wayne can speak more to that, but that's a general overview.
Basically, we said the very end of this, before we even drop this big resolution, think about how we can help with this money. So, we went through spoke with some fund specialist people that Eric got in touch with, went through the program, state level people. It's just a pilot program that would be rolled out, and everybody's very curious to how it could affect everybody, because we done a health fair last year, had opioid unit, had heart attacks, strokes, everything, and we had 11 people show up in downtown Rogersville. Advertising as much as we could possibly advertise. So that shows asking people to come to that stuff. This affects everybody. It affects whether you want your neighbors to know there's an issue or not. We've addressed that. We've addressed the public going out to the communities monthly or twice a month to set up and make awareness and education available for people. We've made it to where we go to public events. we've tried to reach out every way I can think of to touch people. You know, this has got turned so much around, it's been turned into, it's about vehicles, it's about budget. It's not, it's about citizens of Hawkins County. We've had this money sitting here for so long, but now we're at the point, we have to the 31st, and, you know, what happens from here? You know, we've built this, we've come up with it, we went through all the resources, everything we can think of. We've allocated money for Narcan for several years to come, you know. We've done everything in our power. Now, you can take statistics and twist them, you know, put them out any way you want to, you know. It's like reading an EKG. You're obviously familiar with that.
Yeah.
4 doctors when you get 4 different opinions. So, do we feel is there issues with housing and stuff? Yes, there is. Do we feel this is we can benefit Hawkins County citizens with this program? Yes, 100%. You know, we think about it too as in awareness and education. This is also a response to, you know, we've had events in our county, in the school system, in the jail system. You know, we've had events in neighboring counties, in jail systems and school systems. If they didn't have cases of Narcan in their closet, we've been hurt. So, you know, I've tried to develop every potential that I can think of, and if I could be missing something, of how we can benefit Hawkins County with the money that's needing to be allocated.
Thank you. Judge Ross, can you speak, I know you have a recovery court, can you speak to us on what addicts are seeing who come before you, the folks you deal with them every day? So just tell us what you see and how you feel about it. And to be clear, not how you feel about EMS. We think
No,
you guys
that's
are
what I was just getting ready to say. I'm in no
wonderful.
way here to oppose them or their program. I'm actually excited to see other people in the community trying to help people suffering from addiction, because it's been lacking for at least the 12 and a half years that I've been dealing with it every day. So I just want to start off, a lot of you guys may or may not know a little bit about my background, but just so you know why this is important to me. When I started off, I got a bachelor's degree in psychology, I've got a master's degree in counseling, and before I went to law school, my last job with Frontier Health, I was running a rehab for teenagers. Then I went to law school and then practiced law, dealing with people in addiction, substance abuse, drug charges, and things like that for 10 years, and then I've been here for 12 and a half now, dealing with addiction every day the best that I can. I did come with some good news. I saw a WJHO report last week or the week before. Between 2022 and 2023, Hawkins County actually has the lowest per capita overdose rate in Northeast Tennessee of the 8 counties. So I'm proud of that. I'm not taking credit for that by any means, but we have been working for the last 12 and a half years to make a difference there. And I think things are going. When I first came here, there was one AA meeting at the hospital, I think on Sundays. And I believe now with the addition of 2 other meetings, I think there's a support group meeting every day in the county somewhere. Last year, I sent about 350 to 400 people to rehab from our jail. So instead of sitting in our jail, they are in other places. They're in Knoxville, Sevierville, Pigeon Forge, Nashville, North Carolina, South Carolina, Alabama. So I offer treatment to almost everybody that comes through there. And we've got Frontier Health has a presence in our courtroom. They're there every time I have court offering services. Valid Health has a program in our courtroom. The peer support specialist that works in my courtroom every day is a graduate of my recovery court, Caroline Blizzard. She graduated from us 4 or 5 years ago, I guess. And she's now employed by Valid, helping other people. One of our other, she wasn't in recovery court, but one of our other rehab people from years ago. This is one of our most notorious addicts. I thought she was going to die. Her aunt was a deputy, and she would beg me, don't let her out of jail, she's going to die. So finally, after many attempts, got her treatment. She is currently over addiction services at UT Medical Center and has been for the last several years. So we are doing things, we're making a difference, we're helping people, we're getting them back into society, we're helping others, and it's starting to build a better community, so, and I didn't realize that this money needed to go, by the end of this month. But, you know, our recovery court's been in place. I started in 2012. We took our first participant in December of 2012. And our biggest hurdle, and I deal with it every day, is in order to participate in our recovery court, you have to have a few things. You have to have a place to live, obviously, and you have to have transportation. And for a lot of our people, that's not there, and it's not available to them. That's why most of them I have to send out of the county to other places. So one thing I've hoped to do for many years, and just didn't feel like the support would be there for it, so I just didn't ask, to be honest with you. Just hasn't been a good reception in the past, but hopefully this will be a different day. Is a residential facility where those people can start off in recovery court and have a place to live. We've looked into places. I have places in mind that may or may not work out for various reasons. But, you know, if we had a place that they could start off at and work their way up to their own apartments, their own places, help them get jobs, all those things, then I'm going to be able to open up my recovery court to a lot more people. And, you know, we do send, like I said, we sent 300 to 400 people last year out of town for treatment. So our recovery court itself is fairly small, but it's small because I'm limited to the number of people that have support in their homes. And, you know, that's, unfortunately, with a lot of addicts, they burn those bridges. Their parents don't want them in the home, their siblings don't want them around. They've stolen from them, they've put them in danger. So a lot of those things just aren't there. So if we could get a facility here that we could use and sustain, that would be amazing. And if it's this year's opioid money or what's getting ready to be used, if y'all decide that would be better used for something like this or their program, like I said, I don't know much about their program, but I'm just excited to see the community get behind support for addicts. It's been a long time coming. So if there's more money next year, maybe we can talk about that, but you know, we need it. And I've been on county or state grant funded. Our recovery court is, we don't get money from the county. We get assistance from there, and they help us with our payroll and things like that, and it has gone up. Our grant's gone up, but so have our expenses. So, you know, there's not much left there to help people, that we do the best we can. And I think we did a good job of helping people, but I'll take questions if anybody has any other questions about what we're doing at court. One more thing, what I'd like to see is, I'd like some help from some of you guys. This is what I'd like to see. I'd like to see you all get involved with our recovery court and with our programs that we have up there. Come up there and sit and watch every day what it's like dealing with addicts on a daily basis. See the ones that come back from treatment, see how much better they are, and how great their lives are, and how appreciative they are if they got help. So I would much appreciate an opportunity to sit down occasionally with members of this board and to see how can we use this money to best serve Hawkins County and protect other people from those addictions, cut down on thefts and assaults and arsons and all those things that people are doing. You know, when they're high, or to get high.
Judge Rice, this funding is an annual thing. It's going to be ongoing. So come see us, and you know we'll talk about how to put together a plan and that kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe for next year.
And that's one thing I've been hesitant to as well is, you know, one time I came and asked for some, when you had the COVID money, I guess, came and asked for some attorney rooms and a bathroom in the courthouse so people had a place to meet for attorneys and meet with these mental health workers. Basically what I was told was, come back with an estimate or something from somebody. I can't go hire an architect to go and study the justice in, see how much it's going to cost to put rooms in. You know, so that's why I need your all's help. I don't know what your all's requirements are. I don't know what you need. I don't know what kind of budget requirements you're going to have. So that's why I would like to sit down with somebody
You probably need to come talk to Eric and myself, and we'll kind of guide you in the right direction.
Okay. Certainly want to do that.
All right.
Judge, what do you need from us tonight to help you steer your program, your mission?
I don't know what you can do tonight. That money has to be allocated by the 31st.
Where's that come from, Mayor?
That's a state of Tennessee regulation on the money that's come to us through them. And they're serious about it, Danny. If we don't put it somewhere by the 31st, they want it back.
I mean, the only thing I have available is, I don't know if you can allocate it directly to Recovery Corp, or if you can relegate it to the Office County Recovery Corp Foundation, which is the 501c3 that started to support that program. That's the only thing available to us immediately. But like I said, I don't know how that works with you guys.
Mayor, can I put that in the form of a motion to go ahead and do this money on what Judge Ross is speaking about?
We've got a motion on the floor, though, Danny.
It's open for discussion, Mayor.
So the only way that you could, according to Robert's Rules of Order, change it, because you can't amend a motion to change the entire spirit of the motion. You can't change the meaning, which essentially would be, you're basically reallocating money to a whole different organization. The only way that that would work is if we pulled this resolution and ran it for next month, and it's gonna be after the deadline if we do that, Mr. Roberts.
Danny, keep in mind that this money keeps coming in year after year. That problem is gonna exist next year, just like it does right now.
And I'll come talk to you guys soon, because nobody in this county deals with addiction more than I do on a daily basis, and have for the last 12 and a half years. So if there's opioid money coming in, and I was talking to somebody earlier today, that money, the reason that money is here is because the county sued the drug companies and said, you're the reason these people got addicted. But once the money came, there seemed to be this attitude of they chose to be addicts, therefore they don't deserve it. And I think that attitude's changing, but people that are addicted are no different than people that eat gravy biscuits every day or smoke cigarettes or drink alcohol. And when they get sick, or they have a heart attack or lung cancer or liver disease, and they need to go to the doctor and they need help, nobody says, well, they chose to be that way. They chose that lifestyle, so they don't deserve help. But when it comes to addiction, for some reason, that seems to be the attitude of a lot of people. Never really understood that, but yeah, we'll talk about it maybe.
Judge Ross, did you not come to us one time with a proposed plan to build the building?
I came and y'all gave away $400,000 to Rome Mountain, that, to my knowledge, I told you then, I don't think anybody from Hawkins County will ever go there. To my knowledge, to this day, not one person.
Yes, we've got one there
We
now.
have one there, so $400,000 to help one person. It's a felony drug deal. Sorry.
If it helps one person, I mean.
Well, I could have done a whole lot for $400,000. Could help a lot more.
And there's an opportunity for more to go. I mean, that's gonna be an ongoing thing. It's doing its job.
We got a 4-year commitment to that program, so after 4 years, y'all can't send anybody out there unless you get more money.
What we have to do is make sure the judges, you can't see anybody there because you're not criminally convicted them, but the judges that do so need to know that is there.
They do, and Judge Duggar asked why nobody's gone last month, I think it was. Wanted to know why nobody's getting sent.
Yeah, because we gave the money, I'm on the board, I know that there's one. And I've been there a couple times. It's an amazing facility.
I'm sure it is. I'm sure the state appreciates y'all paying for their state inmates
Carter County, I appreciate
to
it.
be there, because before the state was paying that bill, but now you guys are paying for it. That's already said and done. But,
Well, in reality, yes, that $400,000 we gave wasn't spent on that facility. It's in an account that in case they need the money, they can pull from.
it's gone from here. You can't get it back.
Mayor, we are off topic of the motion.
Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway,
Mr. Palmer.
there you go.
Thank you, Mayor. And Judge, thank you for coming. I do want to sit down and have a discussion about a plan. I think we need to focus on this motion on the floor. We have a deadline.
Yeah, I was invited to come, so I
But I
can't.
do want to sit down with you and talk about plans.
I appreciate that.
One thing that's not been mentioned at all during any of the discussion about the Narcan program that we're talking about. I want to share with you a situation at work. We had a vehicle pull into our ambulance bay one day, and this young man's girlfriend come running up through the ambulance bay door, screaming for help. Well, we go out there, open the door, and the gentleman slumped over in the seat, blue. And if you've not seen an unresponsive person that had no life in it, you'll never forget it. Or you don't know what you don't know what the experience is like. This gentleman never had a drug problem as far as opioid related. And Jason and Wayne have seen this. This gentleman was very nice. You know, but I'm not saying that. It's obviously he survived. All he did was smoke pot. Well, little did he know that his supplier had laced it with fentanyl. Well, we gave him some Narcan, and within a matter of seconds, the gentleman started breathing on his own. It reversed the effect of the opioid and the narcotic. So what I'm getting at, though, if this person either had access to Narcan at home, who wasn't already prescribed Narcan because he got discharged from the hospital with a narcotic, could it have prevented a near tragic death? Probably. If you go to a home where the parents are addicted to narcotics or opiates, what if a child gets a hold of it? That parent has Narcan, they can administer Narcan to their child. I think just having the opportunity of getting this out into the public without someone having to take themselves to a facility or admit that they have a problem where anybody can see them. If this has the ability to, if they go to a craft show at Bulls Gap and they just walk in and say, hey, I want to see what's just in the trailer. Well, while they're in the trailer, no one's around except Jason. And they say, hey, I've got a drug problem. Can I take some of this home? Like, I'd like to have something in case my family member sees me. Like, I can't get off this on my own. He can give this person the Narcan, and out the trailer she goes, and nobody knows. Here she goes, and nobody will know. I think given the opportunity to get this out to the public, and then working with Judge Ross to formulate a plan after the fact, we can help lower our numbers in Hawkins County. So just having it available will be a benefit to this county, and if we don't give the money to somebody to use it for something, then we give it back to the attorneys who give it to somebody else.
Commissioner Trent.
I'd like to know just what these two vehicles are supposed to do. I've read it in the paper, one's gonna be unmarked, and the other one's gonna be for education, and how much are they, and what are they gonna do? I know you kind of explained it before, but maybe a lot of people that are here in the audience don't read the paper, maybe commissioners don't read the paper.
The ideas with vehicles was, of course, we've got to move the response vehicles
I
around.
can't hardly hear him.
So we have to have a form of moving the response equipment around, number one. The unmarked vehicle, or lightly marked vehicle, whichever one we do, it's for the discreetness of the community. You know, I'm sure anybody in this room can speak, you know, your brother, your sister, you know, are we 100% comfortable having someone come out in a fully marked vehicle, a police vehicle, EMS vehicle? Everybody recognizes that as an issue. So if there's an unmarked vehicle that can go out to these residences, if the people's not comfortable, you know, that's the idea of having an unmarked vehicle.
So they're not gonna be comfortable.
Well, I don't know, we just want to give that option to the people, to our citizens. is give them the option of being discreet. You know, I had that time. I've been through it personally. You know, I had a relative that had an abuse issue.
Well, I have too, but Lord of mercy, I wouldn't care if they came on a donkey, if they were gonna die,
There's some people I'd rather not. I mean,
unless they're hard.
I'm just trying, like I said, I'm trying to think of every objective possible and address it. So that's my goal with this.
Does that answer your question, Mr. Trent?
How much are the vehicles?
We put in, I think, 55,000, I don't have the paper, I think it's 55,000 is what we're doing.
And y'all are gonna maintain?
That is equipped, can be used for emergency response also.
They can be used for an ambulance.
Not an ambulance, but for they'll be fully medical equipped with ALS equipment, advanced life-saving equipment in. That, if they're out there, they can be used to respond to an emergency situation.
And this unmarked one can too.
Yes, yes.
And
It's
so they're going-
just gonna be that way for the discreetness of someone that might not feel comfortable having a marked vehicle sitting in the driveway for their neighbors to think something wrong. I mean, we hear a lot just about somebody being sick, oh my gosh, my neighbor, I wish my neighbors didn't know this or didn't see me or didn't see me. And that's just a general sick person.
So they're gonna cost about $55,000 a piece, and then there's the insurance, the upkeep, the wear and tear, and who's gonna drive these vehicles?
They'll be used on the administrative side because that'll be the ones doing the program. The crews will be the ones to obtain permission while they're on scene, and the supervision will be the ones returning to the scene to see what people do, education material. And we've also, like I said, another issue that we spoke with Sullivan County Road Scene, where they can come out also and offer their side of things, offer them places to go, that type of stuff.
Well, good luck. If they're ashamed to have a vehicle in the driveway, they sure are.
Like I said, each is on, and I'm trying to cover every basis.
Well, you're looking at families too. You got children.
Yeah, we're not just
It's
dealing with.
gonna
I've had drug people in my family, I wouldn't care if you brought 5 marked vehicles. But I'm not debating it, I'm not fussing about that, but I just don't agree with it.
And we have actually thought about used vehicles too, dealing with like the ambulances and stuff. Once you get a few years on them, the maintenance on them goes up so much. It's just long term, we're trying to make things good long term.
Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Gill.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I'm going to support this resolution tonight. I'm going to vote for it, especially since we're under the gun on a timeline. But I appreciate what EMS is trying to do, and I just want to say to Judge Ross, I don't know what has happened in times past, but I have an open mind. I'll speak for myself, and I appreciate you, Mayor, for offering to meet with him, but you're welcome. I don't know if we have a committee that would be appropriate to discuss those type of things, but yeah, it could be public safety or budget, but you're welcome at anywhere I am, you're welcome there, and I would say most of the folks up here feel the same, but I just want to leave with an open hand as we move forward. Like to find ways to work together, all right? Thank you, Mr. Chair.
I just wanted to find a way to talk to Judge Ross before he goes in front of the committee, just to get everything together. That was my thought. Mr. Barry.
Well, we've heard from EMS and Judge Ross, and I don't want to put Chief Allen on the spot, but I was just curious if Tony had any thoughts or insight or anything like that since your law enforcement and stuff, Tony.
No, I know that we've spoken about funding quite a bit throughout everybody else. I think it's best fit for EMS for Todd. That's what you're asking. But I know this year we're trying to go to body cams. I don't think it can even be used in that type of setting. So it's think you're at where you're at.
Commissioner Palmer.
I do want to read in some totals that Wayne shared with me. So in 2024, the total overdose-related emergencies in Hawkins County, and minus 9 that were out of county, was 731. 731 EMS calls for overdose-related emergencies. I don't know how that breaks down further, what it involves children, students, elderly that are just naive to narcotics. I hear stories all the time, just, well, here, I got a Lord tab, take this will help. Well, that wasn't prescribed for that person. But Mama's got arthritis pain and it really helped the other person. So, this is just something you don't want to, I mean, unless you deal with it every day, you don't know what it's like.
Okay, Commissioner Gibson's called for questions, so let's go ahead and vote, please.
Ten yes, 2 no, 2 absent.
All right, that resolution passes. 2025-0308, Commissioner Rogers.